On today's Daily Strike, the Lightning lose 6-2 to the Canucks to split their back-to-back games this weekend. This is the latest news and notes on the Tampa Bay Lightning for Monday, November 17th, 2025. I'm Steve Versnick. The Lightning were coming off a 3-1 win over the Florida Panthers on Saturday night as they hosted the Vancouver Canucks Sunday. The Lightning dominated the first period and finally got rewarded late.
Point. Touches it, left circle, Radish. Cross ice, Kucherov, score! From the right circle! What a pass from Radish to Kucherov. He beat the goaltender Lankinen on the short side, 1-0 Lightning with 34.1 seconds left in the first.
For Kucherov, it's his 8th of the season, and the Lightning led 1-0 after the first period. They outshot Vancouver 13-1 in that period. Now the Bolts would add on early in the second.
Quinn Hughes had it lost at Hagel. Brandon Hagel right circle, right point Cernak. Shoot, score! Tipped in front, I think, by Guentzel. The Lightning throw a puck to the net, and Guentzel has made it 2-0 with 15:25 left in the second.
For Guentzel, it's his 8th of the season, and it was 2-0. About 5 minutes later, the Canucks did score a power play goal, and it was 2-1 after 2 periods. In the third, Vancouver got another power play goal to tie it. Then they scored 2 more goals in the next 100 seconds, all on deflections, and they led 4-2. The Lightning thought they scored another goal from Charles-Edouard Destoux with just over 8 minutes to play, but Vancouver challenged it, and 30 seconds earlier, Jake Guentzel had played the puck with a high stick, so the goal was waved off. Vancouver would get a 5th goal just over 6 minutes to play, and then they had an empty netter for the 6-2 win. Head Coach Jon Cooper on feeling the momentum swinging in the game.
I think, yes, there's probably a little inside you that says you're hoping it's not going to happen. You try and curtail it. But when it happened, you just knew it was happening. And have I don't know, 13 years, maybe felt like that before, probably, and it didn't quite happen, but most times it has. And so we deserved what we got.
Jake Guentzel.
It's this full 60-minute game. You got to be ready for all 60 minutes, and credit goes to them. They came out in the third and pushed and took it over. So we just got to make sure we were down in the third and play full 60.
Brayden point on the third period.
Box outs are important, not just on the D, but on the forwards too. And one of those games where we let them have zone time and they put pucks in the net and they went in,
Erik Cernak.
In the first and second, we were owning the front of the net. We were boxing the guys out and didn't give them anything, And then in third, I don't know what happened. We just weren't strong enough there. We didn't take the sticks away. We didn't take the guys away, and they scored a couple goals in that. So, like I said, it's unacceptable, and we have to be better.
Brayden Hagel did return to the lineup Sunday after missing Saturday's game versus the Panthers. With his return, the Lightning reassigned Jacob Peltier to the Syracuse Crunch. Peltier had played 6 minutes and 12 seconds with 3 shot attempts and a block shot in Sunrise. The Lightning were still shorthanded, though. They played without Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonough, Anthony Cirelli, Dominic James, Pontus Holmberg, and Nick Paul. They do hope to start getting some of these guys back Tuesday night. The Lightning are scheduled to practice this morning at 10:30 at the TGH Iceplex in Brandon. Then they'll host the New Jersey Devils on Tuesday night at Benchmark International Arena. Puck drop is scheduled for 7 p.m. Eastern. Our radio pregame coverage gets underway at 6:30 on 102.5 The Bone and in the Lightning mobile app. The game will be broadcast on the Spot, Tampa Bay Channel 66, starting at 6:30 as well. You can still get tickets to come to the game by visiting TampaBayLightning.com. Gabby Shirley and Ben Pierce will have a brand new Into the Blue podcast presented by Penelope Bourbon today at 3 p.m. Eastern. You can watch the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. They'll be breaking down the Lightning's 3-1 win over the Panthers on Saturday night, and they'll look ahead to 3 games this week, 2 home games against the Devils and Oilers, and then on the road at Washington this Saturday night. Into the Blue podcast today at 3 p.m. in your favorite podcast app, or watch it live on Facebook, X, and YouTube.
This day in Lightning history.
It was on this date in 1997 that Rob Zaminer had his first and only career hat trick in a 6-3 win over the Rangers. That win snapped a franchise record 16-game winless streak for the Bolts. The Lightning have reassigned forward Milo Rollins from the Orlando Solar Bears to the Syracuse Crunch. Rollins is tied for the Orlando lead with 6 goals and second on the team with 9 points this season. The Crunch traveled to the Laval Rocket on Wednesday night. Dave Mishkin and Greg Linelli will break down last night's 6-2 loss to the Vancouver Canucks and look back at the 3-1 win over the Panthers on Saturday night on Lightning Power Lunch at noon Eastern today. Watch the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Listen live in the Lightning mobile app or download the podcast in your favorite app afterwards and listen anytime. Thank you for listening to the Daily Strike for Monday, November 17th, 2025. I'm Steve Versnick, where every day is Hockey Day.